The Merchant of Venice, the play, it is written by William Shakespeare. And the speech which is there for you, that is the quality of mercy, it has been extracted from the same play. So as of the summary of the play, there were two great merchants in the place called Venice. Venice is a place like how the Belgium is a place. Okay. So in the same way, in the Venice, there were two great merchants. So the merchants, one is a Jewish merchant or Jewish. Jewish is also a religion like Buddhism, Jainism, Hinduism, Christianism. In the same way, Jewish is also a Christian, sorry, Jewish is also a religion. This Jewish religion and the Christians are always opposite. They hate each other. Why? Because these Christians, they believe that Jewish have killed or murdered Jesus Christ. Remember, Jewish have murdered or killed Jesus Christ. This is what the Christians believed and what they follow since the death of Jesus Christ. So since then, they start hating and they avoid this Jewish people. Shylock, being a Jewish, has been suffered a lot from the Christian religion. So he always hates these Christians very much. And another thing made him to hate Christian is his only daughter. He has a daughter, only daughter. She has also been eloped with a Christian man. Eloped means bhakar jane ka, od hogudu. Okay. So she has also been eloped with this Christian man, and this made him to be very angry on this Christian community. So two other characters, that is Antonio and Bassanio, they are very good friends. Antonio is also a great Venetian merchant, means a Venice merchant, a businessman. Bassanio, he was from the noble rank or the noble family of the Venice state. He had been fallen in love with the heiress, that is Portia. Okay, so in order to complete his marriage procedure, he needs 3,000 ducastas. Ducastas means it is a currency like how Indian currency we have rupees, and for Americans dollars. So in the same way, in the Venice, the currency was ducasta. Okay, so he wanted 3,000 ducastas. So in the form of loan, he comes to approach his friend, one goodwill friend, that is Antonio, because initially in the meantime he had given him many times money in the form of loan. So this time also had come for the help, but unfortunately then this merchant, that is Antonio, he did not have money in the hand because he was a merchant of the ships. So his all the three ships had gone to triples voyage, means three voyage centers. One is to Mexico, another one is to Indies, and another one is to some other place. Okay, so since till the arrival of those three ships, he will not be having a sufficient amount of money in the hands. So later, it so happens that Antonio requests Bassanio that if you know any other person that a person can give some amount of money in the form of loan, we can approach him, and I will be, money or the loan, I can pay the loan on behalf of you, okay, or I can be a loan guaranteed between you and the person. So Bassanio comes with a person's name, that is Shylock. I have told you already that Shylock was the most privileged man. He was a Jewish man, and also he hates Christians very much. So he thought that this is a chance that I can irritate these Christians very much. So he says that on one agreement, on one condition, he is ready to give the loan to Antonio and Bassanio. So what was the condition? May I know from you? I have told you. Shylock agrees to give loan to Antonio and Bassanio, but on one condition. What was that condition? What was that condition? What was the rule that he keeps? I have explained you in the last class.
Body.
Yes? Okay, the connection was. So Aniketa, will you tell me what was the condition that Shylock keeps?
Yes, ma'am.
Please tell me.
Ma'am, he says that if he does not repay the loan, then he'll take the flesh from his body.
Okay, the amount which is
Equal.
there, the equal amount of flesh can be taken from the body part of whose body part? Shylock?
Bassanio.
No, Antonio.
And
Because Antonio has become the loan guaranteed between Shylock and Bassanio. Okay, are you getting it?
yes, ma'am.
So Shylock keeps an agreement or makes a condition. He keeps a rule that if both of them, that is Antonio and Bassanio, if they are not ready to pay the amount on the exact time, so Shylock can take the equal amount of flesh from the body of Antonio. So on this agreement, they agreed and they take the loan, and all the engagement procedure happens between this Bassanio and his uh, would-be wife, that is Portia. Okay. Then later, see, this engagement ceremony Western doesn't have. They have this betrothal ceremony. Okay. So for them, ring exchange is a marriage ceremony. So in Indian concept, in the engagement, they exchange the ring. But if they exchange the ring in Western countries, that they get married. Okay, that assumes that they have got married. So for the engagement ceremony, they call it as a betrothal ceremony. So after that, after the betrothal ceremony, uh, there Antonio and Bassanio, they failed to pay back the amount to Shylock. So as per the rule, the case went till the court, and in the court, he shows the bond. I have shown you a portrait like where the Portia was standing, and behind her Bassanio and Antonio, and Shylock was in the witness box, like what is that? Three squared box where a criminal or a suspected criminal stands in the court. That is called a witness box. Okay, there witness in the witness box, Shylock was standing, and he was saying that, see, as per the rule, I had made the bond. So as per the bond, I have to take the flesh from the body of this Antonio. And Portia, in order to convince him, okay, in order to make him to excuse Antonio, she was giving a long speech regarding mercy, means karune or daye. Okay, so she asked him, she explains him everything like what is the benefit of mercy, how mercy can be brought, and how the people of mercy can be blessed. And after showering the mercy in the society, the whole society will be like a heaven. Okay, she explains everything, but Shylock doesn't answer for her question, and he doesn't agree with her condition. And later, as being a lawyer, she explains him, she convinces him initially, but at the end, when he was not ready to accept it, she reveals her own criminal brain of lawyers. Okay, she reveals her own criminal brain of lawyer. She tells him that, dear merchant, that is dear Shylock, as per your bond, you are permitted, okay, you are permitted to take the flesh from the body of Antonio, but in the bond, you have not written that blood should not be bleed. Okay, means you have only written that if he doesn't able to pay back the amount on the given time, I can take the flesh from his body. Okay, so you have to cut the body part. There, while cutting, not a single drop of blood should not be bleed. Remember, not a single drop of blood should not be bleed. So this is an interesting pause or a question, and a kind of a action she keeps before and Shylock. Okay, and how can we can cut a body part without bleeding a single drop of blood? Obviously, it bleeds. Okay, so Shylock was thrilled, and he was shocked by the question and the condition of the Portia that she keeps before him. Shylock laughs, he shivers, and he was scared very much. And he says that, no, I was doing this for the sake of joke. Okay, and how Antonio was very, how Antonio can be very honest to his work. So I was wanted to prove this, and hence I was joking. This all dramas he keeps before Portia, and later the courts gives a suitable judgment. As per the court's judgment, and Shylock has to write a will in the name of his daughter. All his property should be given to his daughter. Antonio and Bassanio should be revealed by the bond what had made by the Shylock, and Shylock was imprisoned. And after this, the story gets continued, and how they get married, means Bassanio and Portia. Portia is disguised as a lawyer, And Bassanio, he doesn't know that his own fiance has been standing as a lawyer and she is fighting in the court. Okay, and later she come, when this uh, Bassanio goes to give her fees, she asks him that instead of paying the fees, she asks him to give a ring from his finger, which was given by Portia as a token of love. And he, avoids to give it. And she tells him that I have saved your friend and you have to pay me this ring as a token of my fees. And later he gives. Later, the next day, Portia meets him and she asks him about everything, where about the ring. He tells him the whole story. She laughs and tells that I am the lawyer and I am the Portia, both are same. Okay, so this is the happy ending of the play, that is the Merchant of Venice. So today let us see the meaning of the speech, that is the quality of mercy. Is the screen visible to you? Is the screen visible to you?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now, is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
So this is the notes that I have prepared on your speech. The Quality of Mercy. It is a speech kind of a poem extracted from Shakespeare's anti-Semitic play, that is The Merchant of Venice. This is a speech delivered by Portia in the court hall. She begs Shylock for mercy when he refuses when he refuses to give the mercy or be merciful on Antonio. She quotes this speech. Okay, she has disguised herself as a lawyer, as a man. Okay, here her name is Balthazara. Let us look at the summary now. So when she has disguised as a lawyer, her name has become Balthazara. Okay. So mercy that we show on others, it should not be forceful. It should be as natural as rain falls upon the earth. Means upon the earth. Okay. Such mercy becomes very mightiest in the world. Okay. So such mercy, which should fall like the rain, because rain is a natural element in the nature. We cannot force the rain to come. If you wish to have the rain, does it rain today? No, it is a natural element. Okay, it should happen naturally. So in the same way, mercy also should be brought naturally. No one can force anybody to be merciful. Okay, so such kind of a mercy which comes naturally, it is always mightiest, means shreshta. Okay, it is always greatest, it is always mightiest in the world. So here you can see the poem. Just a second, I will open the same screen also. Just give me a second. New to just a second. The notes, the exact. Do you have a poem with you? Do you have book with you? If you have,
Yes,
open the
ma'am.
poem.
Yes, ma'am.
Open the poem. Okay, you can see the first stanza, first lines now. Here, the quality of mercy is not strained. It drops as the gentle rain from the heaven upon the place beneath. Here, the poet says that the quality of mercy is not strained, constrained. Okay, it is not forceful. We cannot bring or we cannot impose anybody to be mercy. Okay. It should come naturally. How naturally? What type of natural? Here, the mercy should drop as the gentle rain drops from the heaven upon the place beneath. Beneath is what? Down. What is there down? What is there beneath the sky? What is there beneath the sky? ಆಕಾಶದ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಏನಿದೆ? What is there beneath the sky? That is Mother Earth. Are you following?
Yes, ma'am.
So the poet says that rain, how the rain naturally falls from the sky to earth, in the same way, mercy should come out from the bottom of your heart, not forcefully, but naturally. Naturally, from the bottom of your heart, the mercy, karune, should come from the bottom of your heart, like how the rain falls from the sky to the place beneath. Are you understanding? Are you going through the words that I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
So the mercy, which is very natural, which has come naturally from the bottom of your heart, such mercy becomes very mightiest in the world. Means such mercy becomes Sreshta, or the greatest in the world. Here he says, see, so it is twice blessed. Blessed means blessed, Blessed, that blessed. Okay, so here the poet says that that mercy is very great, and for a king, his power is more important than anything. Okay, for a king, his power is more important than anything. King's power is worldly, it is limited to his kingdom. See, uh, king's power is limited. He can be king to his only states. Okay, for example, Alexander can be king to only Greeks. Ashoka can be kings to only the India or the places that he crowns. But can he be the king of the whole world? May I get the answer? King can be the power of the whole world? No. He can be the power, or he can be the king, or he can be the crown of his own limited places. Okay, but mercy is divine. But mercy is divine. Okay, it is a divine, like heaven. Mercy, the person who is with mercy, he can be the king of all the places. Every day or every place where he goes, he is respected, he is loved. Okay, he can be treated as a god. The king is respected by his citizens or subjects only at his kingdom. Here, the king, because of his power, he can be respected by his citizens or subjects. Subjects means also the civilians or citizens. The word subject here means civilians or the citizens. Okay, the king is respected by his citizens or his subjects only at his kingdom. So in Sanskrit, we have a great shloka that Rajan Swadesha Pujitaha, Panditan Sarvatra Pujitaha, means king can be respected or he can be worshipped only in his kingdom because of his power. But Vidwan or a Pandita or a person who is full with virtues and who is an intellectual person, he can be worshipped or he can be respected at the place wherever he goes or in the whole universe. Okay, see, here today, C.V. Raman or Isaac Newton, they are equally worshipped, same in India and also in the Western countries. Why? It is not because of they belongs to some two great countries. It is because of that the equal talents that they have. So in the same way, the king is respected by his citizen or the subjects only at his kingdom. Only when, and that is also only when he has power in the hand. And after the power, if he loses the power, there is nothing. It is like how the person who has won in the election over a period of 5 years, he is respected everywhere. And after that, his condition should be the favor of God. So here, the power of kingship is temporal, means temporary. The power of kingship is temporal, or it is temporary. Powers threatens the poor, powerless subjects. But mercy is above the king's power, here poet tells. So what the poet tells, sometimes the citizens of the place or of the some kingdom, they pay respect to the king because of some scary sense, or they feel that king may kill them or murder them, or he may use some merciless actions on them. And because of this, some poor powerless subject, they pay respect to the king. But mercy is about the king's power. Mercy is about the scepter. Scepter means rajadanda. This rajadanda, or the stick which is held by a king into hand, this shows a temporal or the temporary power of king. He can hold this rajadanda only till the time of his death, and after the death he is, hereditary, or his heirs will be holding it. Okay, so here mercy as a quality is more powerful and it is valuable. It is always strong and highest, and it is, people in the society, they feel happy and they treat the merciful people as a divine quality. So mercy as a quality is more powerful and valuable, strong and highest. That's what the people treat. Here, poet explains mercy is such a dignified virtue which found in kings and in God. Okay, he says that mercy is a powerful thing, or the dignified virtue that could be found in kings and God. In the last line, poet uh, tells that the moment you forgive others, or you be merciful on others, or you show mercy, you become noble or great like God, and the whole universe become heaven. So here we can see the original poem. Huh? The quality of mercy is not constrained. The quality of mercy is not constrained, means it is not forceful. It drops as the gentle rain from the heaven upon the place beneath, means the quality of mercy. The mercy should fall like how the rain falls from the sky very naturally. In the same way, from the bottom of our heart, the mercy should come very naturally. So the mercy is twice blessed. Why? Because the person who pays the mercy or showers the mercy, he is also blessed, and the person who receives the mercy, he is also blessed. So the mercy is twice blessed. It blesses him that gives, means the person who gives the mercy, it blesses him. Okay, and him that takes, the person who receives the mercy, he is also blessed. This spelling, that is TIS. This means it is. Okay, it is mightiest in the mightiest. It is mightiest in the mightiest means mercy is greatest of the greatest. Okay, it becomes the throned monarch better than his crown. The mercy is better than the throned monarch's crown. Throned is what? Samhasana, or the seat where the king sits. Monarch means king, okay, or the Raja. And this is this king, this mercy. Sorry, I'm lost with the data. Just a minute. Is the screen visible? Am I audible to you? Am I audible to you all? Okay, I'm sorry, I lost with the data, so it got disconnected. So let me explain the given lines. So here, the mercy is greater than the throned monarch, or the king who is there on the monarch or the throne. It is better than his crown. The scepter or the Rajadanda, or the stick which is holding by him in the hand, it is a force of temporal power. Okay, it shows that the power what he is holding in the hand, it is for temporary. After his death, he should leave it. So the attribute of awe and majesty, wherein does it set the dread and fear of the kings. See, the attribute of awe and majesty, means the glory or the respect which is given by the citizens or the people of the state to the king, it is because of the dread and fear of the kings. Because the subject or the citizens of the society, they have scared for king, and in the scare or the fear, they are respecting the king. But mercy is above this sceptred sway. Sway means swinging something. Means when he holds it in the hand, he always swings it. So this mercy is greater than his sway. It is enthroned in the heart of kings. Mercy is enthroned in the heart of kings. Enthroned means every king also has a great this throne or the crown in his heart. Hridaya Simhasana, what we say in Kannada or in any colloquial language of India, that is Hridaya Simhasana. So this mercy should be enthroned in the king of hearts, in the hearts of kings. So it is an attribute to the God himself. And earthly power does then show like God's when mercy is seasons justice. When mercy has been kept as a justice, okay? So when mercy has become a powerful justice, the whole king's life or the king becomes God, and the places which is ruled by them, that becomes heaven. So this is the meaning of the poem, and also I will provide you the notes soon after the class. So in the next class, we do discuss regarding the questions, and I shall start with the next poem. Do you have any difficulty in understanding the poem? May I know? Have you understood the poem or the speech? Am I audible? Okay. Vijay, are you there? Roll number 187.